I thought it was a joke. Get these niggas out of here!
You know I had to get it. Come on now.
All right. Let me chill. Welcome back to another episode of the Play for Keeps podcast. No, I'm just really excited that this shit ended up being well. Like I thought it was gonna be on some fading shit like the last pod.
Yeah.
But now that we're here, a very special episode, first episode of the year, new year, new me, but same me though. Shout out to LaMelo Ball. We are here. My name is Greg Goods, a real nigga that says his first and last name. I am your host, my co-host,
Jackson, who does not say his first and last name because you don't need to know it. I'm an important person. You can Google me. I don't like that. So it don't matter what my last name is.
And our special guest.
Yo, my name is Jesse. JM Sports Factory is my channel. Come check me out. I got a lot of funny sports takes. I'm excited to be on here, man. Hey, I'm ready to get in, man. Let's get it, bro.
Hey, man.
We need a why gunshot? We need a round of applause. Why gunshot?
Hey, man, look.
Thank you.
Hey. All right, yeah, okay.
Gunshots at a black man.
Hey, I'm trying to get it off like John, nigga. John Wick, baby. Come on.
You the worst type of naysayer, bro.
Word?
You the worst type of naysayer.
That might be the worst hot take even after you said, bro. Hey, you know what I think about when I think about you, Jax? This is the first thing I think about right here.
Quentin Grimes, like he can't get 3 threes up, or 6 threes up. Like he doesn't dribble at all. He doesn't have any free throws on the season. He doesn't have any assists to like, but he getting 3.
Come on now.
He was cooking him too. I don't know why he was just cooking that man like that.
It's just the stuff. It's just the stuff we can't have, Jax. This is crazy. This is a new year.
What did I do that was wrong? Not a damn thing.
Hating on your co-host is crazy. Hating on your co-host. Hey.
Why would I hate on another naysayer?
Speaking of, I did have, for people that don't know about the Naysayer clip, I don't know if you even have it up, but I mean, it does no justice to listen to it. I don't know. It's just something that you just had to be there for. I wanted to know, was that the best clip of 2023 from a sports commentating standpoint? Was that the funniest shit?
That happened this year. It happened 2024.
Well, let's talk about season though. Like this 2023-24 season.
Gotcha. Yeah, I got you. I think so. I mean, I thought you were gonna say something else. That'd been crazy to see on TV too. That would be crazy to see. But I thought you were gonna say something else.
I don't know if I'd agree. It's up there. It's like 2.
I think it's funny, but it's gonna get ran into the ground. But like, it's still funny because just like the way who Desmond Howard and the other black guy, I can't remember his name. They was just dying. That's what made it funny to me. And then you look at Kirk Herbstreit on the end. He don't know what's going on. He just he doesn't know what the joke is about. I think that's hilarious.
Now I'll say, because I have another clip in such high regard, it's just hard for me to put that one over. And that is it was the Marcus Spears. What's that nigga's name? Tim Tebow. It was like they were talking about fades. They were talking about the haircut thing, and someone was just like, "Yo, what do you tell them? What do you tell them? Leave the sides." And it was like that bald head ass nigga with the Uncle Phil kind of lineup, and that nigga Marcus Spears was dying in laughter. I was reminded of that clip, and I was like, it's hard. Look, let a naysayer know.
Should we compare the clips?
We could.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Yeah, I got both of them right here.
Oh, that's not bad.
Yeah, go ahead, bro. Let me see this.
I'm gonna play the naysayer one first. Let me hit it with this.
I gave it a
Can y'all see it?
I can see it. I can't hear anything though.
I ain't press play yet. All right.
Oh.
coordinator Bill
Can y'all hear it?
What I thought.
I can hear it now. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, let me start it over. This is the Naysayer clip.
Jalen Milroe often wears his own branded apparel reading LANK across the front. It's an acronym that stands for Let a Naysayer Know. Being told by his former offensive coordinator,
That
Bill
is
O'Brien.
not what I thought.
Is that not what you thought?
Boy, let a naysayer know.
Let a naysayer know.
Of course.
The professional's right in the middle of his lead. That's all right. I just keep going.
You almost lost me again. It got real tight up here as you were. I just want to let you know.
Reese, you were too slow with that. I thought it was going down. I thought it was going down out here.
Oh, sorry about it. Let a naysayer know. Let a naysayer know. That's what we thought the whole time. That's what we all thought.
Oh my gosh.
That's good TV.
Now it makes it even funnier. Like the guy that's actually saying it, he's still like
Be confused.
drawing a blank stare. Nigga, it's crazy.
I think he knew though. I think he knew. He
said
just playing it off.
the way he said nah. I felt the I before that A.
Oh
I don't know.
Really? You heard that? That's funny. You felt that?
Like nah. All right, I know what you.
All right, now here is the leave the sides clip.
You ever have a Beebs haircut, Tebow? You do? No, man. Are you kidding me? No, dude, that is Beebs haircut. That goes over here somewhere. No, that's Beebs for days. You know he's going to change it. Use more product than anybody.
When you and Tim go get your hair done, what y'all tell them? Like to the left or the right?
No, I'll tell him go number 2 all the way up to a fade and just give me a faux hawk, man. It's a faux hawk, bro.
Number 2.
Hey, Paul, what do you tell him? I mean, I'm just hey, just a little off the side. Just a little off the side.
I always tell them, I said, leave a little bit on the top.
Oh, I love you, Paul Fireball.
Nah, hey, I don't know.
What do you tell him, bro?
Bro, this is generational talent, bro.
Like white people haircuts are just so like. I feel like it's just a completely different world of just like a way of living. Like I would like. How do you go to the barber and just
you point
any of those cuts they have? How you just go to somebody and be like, "Let me get this." Like I don't.
They order it like they order like any kind of sandwich, bro. Give me the number 6. That's a crazy thing to ask for.
Y'all never done that, huh? Y'all never looked at like the poster and saw I want number 7, I want the number 8. You never done that before, huh?
Never.
Like you do that when you like a little kid though, and you don't know haircuts, and then you be like, "Oh, can I get this?" And then like your dad, he slap you on the head and be like, "Give him a ball fade."
Oh God,
that's what.
Hey, this nigga speaking my ministry right now. I don't know what he's like. Hey, I don't know what that nigga just said. You giving that nigga a ball fade?
You're not getting a mohawk. Like what?
Ball fade.
Yeah.
Give me the little no ball fade. I had a ball fade till I was like 12, 13. But honestly, I don't know because I feel like it hits a little different understanding when these white people are saying naysayers. So now I see people on Twitter talking about let a naysayer know.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, it's just a replacement word for you. You finna drive that to the ground. Now I really want now you really finna find now you really trying to get off what you trying to get off for real. But we can't be mad now because you're not really saying the word for real.
Keep it to me. They was gonna get the word off no matter what. They was gonna find like they're gonna find them a substitute for the word no matter what. So it don't even matter.
Naysayer.
So you think in rap songs they're gonna start saying naysayers? Is that that's what you think?
Like
white people
they still gonna say nigga. The white people still gonna say nigga in the songs.
They gonna say what they gonna say, but it'd be so funny how quick they use that naysayer. Like you did y'all see that Boondocks the Boondocks meme that they put? He was like naysayer.
Yeah. Can you lend a naysayer a pencil?
Yeah, it's getting crazy. Ultimately, I don't know. Something about that leave the sides it give me every time. Not gonna lie.
I don't know how like
smart.
I hope I don't go bald, but like if I do, like I'm never gonna have a George Jefferson. I'm gonna just take it like it's all gone, bro. I'm never gonna like. I don't get why people like they look ridiculous, bro.
Who told niggas that shit was cool? to have.
Just go finish the job, bro. It's halfway done, bro. Like,
rest in peace to George Jefferson, Uncle Phil, all the all-time greats. But who told y'all this was the way to go?
Hey, it fit they build, I guess.
And you have a beard. Most bald people with beards, like, hey man, they able to get their shit off. I don't know why.
True.
I don't even know, man.
Naysayer. I don't know.
But that was all cool and stuff for the jokes. But this is a podcast, and this is a sports podcast. It's a serious sports podcast.
No, it's not.
So we need to talk about shut up. So we need to talk about some serious sports, and we need to talk about the college football playoffs and how I guess I was wrong. I thought Alabama was going to run through Michigan. Never mind. Never fucking mind. Well, what was you guys' reaction? Well, if you guys don't know, college football playoffs happened. Michigan, they're ranked number 1. They beat Alabama. And then Washington, they beat Texas. Both games were amazing. But what do you guys' sort of reaction to everything that happened on the first?
Well, with me, the Alabama game, I didn't watch too much of that game. I watched the Texas game because I'm in Austin, so like Texas is big. I'm like 30 minutes away from the University of Texas, so I'm rooting for Texas. And Washington got great. I love the quarterback from Washington, Michael Penix.
He a real naysayer.
For real. He real though. That's my man though. My man was shouting out people at the interview. I was like, yo, that's my man, boy. He went from a professional to like hood. It was beautiful, but I love that. So I'm rooting for him in the championship game. But I wanted Texas to win just for like me. I'm in Texas. I want to see the hype in Austin and all. But it was a close game. At first Washington definitely in my mind was going to win, and then Texas got the ball back with I think a minute or something. Went down the field, like 12-yard line. I was like, oh snap! Is this going to happen? Is miracles? Is this really going to happen? I think the DB made a hell of a play.
That was a great play. That was an absolute great play.
Hell of a play. That's a play that gets you drafted. Yeah. I mean, that's an amazing play. I was like, I wanted Texas to win. When I saw that, I was like, you know what? They got it. That's fine. That's too good of a play. Washington, you got it. So I was excited to see Washington, win especially after that happened. But yeah, that's my. I think the best teams were in it. That's what I'll tell you. I think the best 4 teams were actually in it. Florida State got destroyed by University of Georgia, so no one can talk about Florida State. I'm sorry, they just weren't. They shouldn't have been in there. But yeah, I just think those 4 teams deserve to be in there, and they put on a hell of a show. Hopefully, the championship game is the best out of all of them.
Yeah, the first reaction I had as I was at work watching this, the College Football Playoff Committee got it right. That's the first thing that came to my mind. Like, y'all got it right. Well, at least y'all got it right with FSU.
Yeah, FSU didn't deserve to be in there. It doesn't get stumped on.
Yeah, I don't care about them little ass fans. I don't care about it being fair. I don't care about Booger McFarland talking about what happened to the game. I don't care about the game you love, Booger. Like it's all about money. It's all about entertainment. If it wasn't for TCU was a blessing and a curse. TCU like they did last year was fucking embarrassing, and I was bored as hell as I watched Georgia football eat real life chicken wings during the third quarter because the game was wrapped. But it was a blessing because we now realize that shit will never happen again. We will never just do things off of the strength of, they got undefeated. No, we're putting the best teams in. I don't care that you won out. If you do not have your best players available, if things are not going on, it does not fucking matter. Don't want to see Cincinnati get their ass whooped. I'm tired of seeing them talk about they need to be in the playoffs when they can't light a candle to these niggas. So had I known the games was finna go like this, I would have just had Texas and Alabama face each other in New Orleans, just so I could see it again.
That's real.
Yeah.
I thought that was gonna be the championship.
And like, had I known they was gonna get bounced in the first round, I would have just had one of them just face them off in New Orleans. That would have been cool. And then Michigan versus Washington and root for Michael Penix. It didn't happen that way. Michigan defense, these niggas hit hard as fuck.
I had Michigan. I was unfamiliar with your game, but like watching them, it made me think of like, I don't know if y'all. Well, I mean, y'all know Harbaugh. He used to coach for the 49ers or whatever. And watching them, like the 49ers back then, they just hit niggas hard. Like I would be in like Well, we was like in middle school or whatever when that happened. I'd just be like, bro, these niggas fucking niggas up. Or these naysayers
Patrick
fucking
Willis on the
naysayers up.
Yeah.
Naysayers.
Yeah.
Naysay, real naysayers.
Watching the Michigan, like they play hard, and there was Bama has been, well, we talked about it before. Bama been cheesed this season. They've been trashed this season. And Michigan took full advantage of that, especially when you got a center that can't even snap the ball. So that game was crazy. And how do y'all feel about that last play in the game, though?
I'm gonna give it to Jesse first. Go ahead.
I didn't see the last play. You gotta tell me because I heard about it. I heard about it, but I didn't see it.
Go ahead.
Let me set the scene. It was about 3:45 p.m. on I don't even know what time it was. But anyway, fourth quarter, like no time left. No, I'm capping. It was overtime, no time left.
Yeah.
It's overtime.
Yeah.
And it was fourth down, and I don't know, maybe like 5 or 6. It was at the goal line type. And so Alabama, they had the ball. Jalen Milroe, he's not really a quarterback. He's more of a running back, but I digress. Bill O'Brien was right. Anyway, he said hike. The center, the entire game, the center has been literally rolling the ball back there. Like, I don't know what's nervous or something, but he's just been rolling the ball back there. So bad snap. Jalen Milroe, he has to scoop down, pick it up, and then the play they ran was a quarterback draw, and he proceeded to get -2 yards, and Michigan won the game. And I just don't. And this is after, I think, two timeouts from Bama, and I think 1 timeout from Michigan. So they had all that time, and the best thing you could come up with was a quarterback draw. I don't know about that one.
That's rough. Yeah, that's a rough way to end that game. How many yards did they have to go? How many yards did they have to go on fourth?
I can't.
It was probably like 5 yards.
Yeah, I can't.
I feel like they were on the 4 or 5 yard line. It was at the.
Yeah.
It was what fourth and goal.
Yeah.
And
that means they ain't got no faith in that man. They ain't got no faith in them.
I think, like I said, I think it was really people were saying it was supposed to be like a running back, like a bubble screen or something a little bit more creative. But because of that low snap, I think the situational awareness of Jalen Milroe was, oh fuck it, I'm finna run.
Bad snap. He got to grab it. It was 4th and 3.
Yeah,
so there was on the 3 yard line, but it was bad snap, and there was in the shotgun in the like,
and ran that bitch up the gut. I was like, oh, you could have. I
don't think
ran outside or something.
I don't think it was a I don't think it was supposed to be an RPO or anything. I think Nick Saban, he came out and said, yeah, that was a play call. Which, yikes, Nick Saban, but he's old.
Maybe
he's
saving
going
face.
to retire soon, so
he might be saving face.
He's saving face. Don't want to put blame on people. Yeah, I mean, good leadership doing that.
I don't sound, man. I ain't trying to get that nigga too much props. He was a real leadership. All right. Bill O'Brien. I don't know about that. But
and y'all both said y'all watched the Texas-Washington game. And y'all said like the best team won. I think Texas should have won that game. And if Texas didn't have those 2 fumbles, they would have won that game.
I mean,
the fumble all the way back. They came all the way back. So I think Texas should have beat them.
I know, but hey, turnovers, man. The fumbles, because the last fumble I saw, I'm rooting for Texas. So when they fumbled the ball, I'm like, tough. But they still had a shot to win the game. They still had a chance to win the game, but they ain't had the plot for it. I'm saying, hey, shout out to Michael, bro. He should have been Heisman. He should have been Heisman Trophy winner.
Oh God, I've definitely been on the Michael Penix like hype train.
You've been on the Mike Penix's quarterback 1 train.
QB1. I've been saying real QB1. Like once I saw him rapping about the comeback victory he was about to go and get, and then he went out and did a comeback victory that same game against Oregon. That's when I was like, oh, I got it. He don't paint his nails. He don't be crying. Real QB1.
Hey, cooking that man. Dang.
Real QB1. You feel me? And Jax asked me, he was like, I wonder why people don't be talking about him like they should. And then I realized after doing some very minimal research about this nigga's injury history. Yeah, two ACLs and a repaired shoulder. Gonna do it for you every time. I get it. I understand. It's given it's given Deshaun Watson type shit, type beat, kind of, sort of.
I don't. This is my opinion. I don't think Penix wants to be compared to Deshaun Watson in any capacity. But what do I know?
I'm just kind of going off injury.
Everybody might be.
Just the injury history. You feel me? Just nothing too crazy. Just injury history. I think he's the best quarterback. I didn't have no real stock in that LSU quarterback. I don't think we should have gone to somebody that's not the most popular person in their own school. That's Angel Reese's university. You feel me? That's University of Angel Reese. It was always anybody but Bo Nix. I get it, but that should have gone to Penix, bro.
Yeah,
but hey, we will see. Penix. They are. Who do y'all think is gonna win the championship? Who do y'all? I know.
I'm rooting for Washington. I mean, I don't know who's gonna actually win that bitch, but
I think Michigan win though. I just feel the plot. It's just plot driven. I just see it. That's all I'm saying.
I want Washington to win, but I think Michigan's gonna win, and then Jim Harbaugh, he's gonna go to the NFL and ride off in the sunset.
Pete Carroll type beat. I feel it.
No cap. All them violations. I think he got hit with another recruiting violation too or whatever. But this is a playoff, so nobody cares, bro. He's gonna make that team get sanctioned and then leave to the NFL, and I respect it. I respect it.
He just picked up an agent. I think he just signed with an agent.
He's out there.
So,
I mean, what team though? What team would he go to?
Chargers.
Everybody wants. I don't want to go to Chargers, man. The Chargers got the worst plot I've. Man, I can't even.
Hey, we slandered the Chargers out here too. So I mean, I get it, but it just seems like he does well in California. Most of his coaching things have been in the California area anyway. So that's why I was like, Chargers, LA, that's a layup. You already have a quarterback. Bet. I mean, I don't know anywhere else that would I would be wanting to be with the Bears or something.
I think the Bears are going to keep their coach.
Oh, really?
I think so.
That's unfortunate, but I respect their decision.
I mean, he could go to maybe the Falcons, maybe, but I don't know how Jim Harbaugh would work in Atlanta, just because.
Yeah, it don't hit the vibe. Don't hit the same.
Jim Harbaugh likes to drink milk normally, just regular milk. So I don't think he really fit the culture of Atlanta for real.
I mean, did Arthur Smith fit the Atlanta culture?
No, and you see what's going on.
Desmond Ritter in general just did not fit what the fuck was going on over there in Atlanta.
Yeah. Still cooked us though. Still cooked me though.
That's
cooked
crazy.
The Texans real bad too. That's crazy. Best game he ever had.
Wow.
We'll move on from that
though. So with that, I think for the most part, I think we're all rooting for Mr. Durag himself, Michael Penix. But we all understand what plot is, and JJ McCarthy and all that jazz. But to expedite it to probably Jim Harbaugh, him potentially leave. Well, not potentially. I think that nigga leaving. I don't think there is no end.
He's for sure out of there.
If ands or buts, nothing.
They were rumored to offer him a 10-year, $125 million contract, but the only stipulation was that he can't leave for the NFL. That was in the contract specifically. But I think he don't really care about them. I think he just really wants to get back to the NFL to prove he can do it. Especially with his brother going crazy with the Ravens for 15 years. So.
And the only time you get to the Super Bowl, you get beat by your brother. So it's
that's an awkward conversation at Thanksgiving.
The Harbaugh Bowl. It's good memories, boy. That's some good memories.
Oh, and then also, I looked at Jim Harbaugh. Do y'all know he was a first-round pick in the NFL draft?
I knew he was one of them ones. I just didn't know he was first round though. I know
he was a first round. I was like, what the hell? That was first round pick, first round draft.
But quarterbacks back in the day were much different. They weren't Aaron.
No, he was terrible. He was absolutely horrible.
Yeah, So
that sit down and develop for 3 years. That sit down and develop for 3 years before you come out there and play meaningful football. Yeah. They just don't do it like that no more.
He didn't even develop. He probably sat down and got worse.
Yeah, one good year though. I think it took to help this team in the playoffs. Took his team in the playoffs. Something like that. He had one good year.
He developed as a coach. Had that coach's mentality. Yeah.
I missed the Harbaugh 49ers though. That team,
Oh,
that was a
solid
special team.
That was a solid
was-
team. But
They made
Patrick Willis, bro, Navarro, Vernon, bro, Kaepernick, bro. That was a good
Frank
team.
Gore and all them boys. Yeah, I'm saying like,
boy, but that Ravens, Ray Lewis last year.
oh, that was so much
And-
plot. Joe Flacco,
and
boy, yeah.
Joe Flacco was
had-
going crazy.
Jacoby Jones.
Oh yeah, that's a Texan legend. No, he ruined us. But he went to Baltimore and did great, so good for them. But he definitely ruined us.
Anquan Bolden. Niggas don't forget. Niggas be forgetting about the boy Anquan Bolden.
He's balling that postseason, bro.
Ray Rice.
Oh, we can't. Well, no, he not. He got. Did he get something? Like he got like honored or something? I don't know.
He did actually. He did get honored. Like I think at the Ravens honored him recently, which
is interesting. But
yeah, that's a word for it. Interesting. That's a word for it.
Shaking that nigga hand is crazy. I ain't gonna lie to you. Like these were the hands. This is crazy. I don't know.
Ray Lewis is a murderer, so
allegedly, but
But he said that with confidence.
He killed somebody.
He said that with so much confidence too.
He killed somebody,
but
or at least he helped somebody kill somebody.
I'm
just saying.
Oh man.
But anyways, we were talking about the Bears earlier, and now the Bears officially have the number 1 pick in the NFL draft, thanks to the Panthers being absolutely horrible. What do you think the Bears should do? Because they have the Bears. They've been playing better recent weeks. They have Justin Fields, who seems to be developing. They got DJ Moore, solid receiver. They're gonna have 2 top 10 picks. Like, what do you think is in the Bears' future? Should they trade Justin Fields? Should they draft a quarterback?
I'm not gonna lie, bro. I'm not gonna lie. The Bears have had the number 1 pick twice, right? And the first time they passed up, it was fine. They traded back Bryce Young, number 1 overall. So who they really passed up on was CJ Stroud, having one of the great rookie seasons of all time. Okay. Now we go on to the next draft. You got a deep quarterback draft, and you got Caleb Williams. So Caleb Williams, like last year, Caleb Williams was seen as the guy, right? That's the number 1 overall pick. He's generational quarterback talent, etc. So you're gonna pass up. You're gonna pass up on CJ Stroud and Caleb Williams. If you pass up on these 2 players, who are you passing them up for? Are you passing them up for Mahomes, Josh Allen? Who are you? Because it's very rare. Most teams in the NFL are not passing up these 2 shots, right?
Mm-hmm.
So you're passing up these 2 players for Justin Fields. Now, Justin Fields is not a bad quarterback. Like you say, he's playing better the past couple of weeks or past couple even months. But Justin Fields, like there was still their actual pick is in the top 10, right? So it's not like he's really leading you to anything. Like he's the type of guy, like he's good, but is he good enough to pass up on these 2 players? Because if you pass up on Caleb Williams and just every quarterback in this draft, that means you are committed to the point where this is your guy for 5-10 years. You pass it up on Stroud and Williams. And if Williams balls out, Stroud's already balling out, and Fields is either just mediocre, slightly above average, or if he's bad, heads will roll, people getting fired. That's ass. The Bears have never had a good quarterback in their life. They had Sid Luckman and Jay Cutler.
That's very true.
They've been 100 years plus, and they never had a good quarterback.
I don't think they had a quarterback pass for 4,000 yards ever. I don't think.
And that's
like
ridiculous.
In their franchise, which is it's 2024. Be for real.
Literally top 3 oldest franchise in the NFL. You have a chance at getting a generational prospect talent. You already passed up on CJ for Justin Fields. Now they go get Marvin Harrison Jr., bro. If you get Marvin Harrison, pair him up with DJ Moore. Like, to me, the keys to winning a Super Bowl or being in a deep playoff run, you need 3 things. You need a franchise quarterback, you need a really good to great O-line, and a really good to great D-line. You get a great D-line, you get pressure with 4 people, that helps your whole entire team, right? If you get a good O-line, obviously the run game opens up with that. Obviously, the quarterback has time in the pocket. You got a franchise quarterback, because a lot of these teams that win Super Bowls don't have the number super elite wide receivers. They don't have the super elite running backs. They usually have a D-line to get pressure with 4, elite O-line, and a franchise quarterback. Is Justin Fields that guy? They have O-line and D-line deficiencies, but is Justin Fields, is he the franchise QB? That's what you start with. Is he that guy? You pass up on 2 of them, potentially two at least with Caleb because we got to see what he does.
Yeah.
Is he that guy? That's all I'm saying. I don't know if he's that guy. So I'm getting Caleb. That's what I'm doing.
What about you, Greg?
All right. So what you have said by far is facts. You have not said anything that I've disagreed with. My perspective and my approach about this is I don't give a fuck about these Chicago Bears. They just don't exude until they get rid of whatever is in the front office and whatever in the coaching staff. Like until they address that, I'm not going to like have faith in whoever they finna put faith in. Like for me, I'm not fans of Chicago Bear fans because they'll say dumb shit like we got Mitch Trubisky when Patrick Mahomes was right there. And I'm here to tell you, Patrick Mahomes would not be Patrick Mahomes if that nigga was in Chicago. Y'all would have never you would have never set that nigga up for success. I'm not saying he would have been a bad quarterback or a bust, but the way that nigga was set up with Andy Reid and Tyreek Hill and all those weapons, and he had the confidence to just say, fuck it, Tyreek is down there somewhere and make plays. That's what just made that nigga turn into elite generational talent. I don't think that happens in Chicago, especially during that time. I think Mr. Trubisky did more than what was, supposed to happen low key. I feel like he was supposed to do even worse because he ain't got the skill sets as Patrick Mahomes. So all I'm saying is that I get the premise. And if this was a competent organization, hey, fuck it. Didn't we just have a whole article come out 2 months ago about how niggas just openly stealing shit in the Chicago arena? Was that Chicago or was that somewhere else? I think
it was.
Niggas just stealing $100,000 of real equipment. Niggas forgot about that. Niggas just brushed that shit under the rug. Niggas said, fuck it, Justin Fields, fuck this pinky up. We not gonna talk about it. Nah, there's some real things going on here. This is not a hot take because I really think this is factual. Chicago will fuck around and be like they next door neighbors, the Detroit Pistons, if they don't fuck around and just establish within the organization in the front office. Like you gotta figure that shit out. I'm afraid that you gonna get Caleb Williams, and the best thing that can ever happen to you, your best case scenario is that he turns into Andrew Luck, but just ends his career 2 years earlier. That's your best case scenario if you do not establish something better than what's happening. Now, of course, people can turn shit around. Like, you can definitely have a situation like the Arizona Cardinals, even though they look bad now, but you draft Josh Rosen, and then the very next year, you go and draft Kyler Murray, but niggas don't understand that they, fired that head coach as well that first year, and niggas gave them flack like, you just fired a head coach 1 year into his season. You just got rid of a quarterback 1 year into his season. What happened to development? Hey, when you got that guy, you got that guy. That's cool. And I'm not saying that Caleb Williams can't go there. I'm just saying it better not be, hey, we drafting Caleb Williams and we keeping everything else. Nigga, you better do some other things. That's all I'm saying.
Now, see, I think if they draft Caleb Williams, that means they fired the coach, they fired the GM, they starting over from scratch.
Everything.
But a report actually came out. I was gonna be like, I think, but no, I know a report came out, and they're leaning towards keeping like everybody. The coach, I don't think they should keep the coach, but I digress. The GM and Justin Fields, because after that last game against the Falcons, like the fans were cheering, like, we want Fields. Literally every player in the locker room is like, oh yeah, Justin Fields, we want him. DJ Moore on the table, like, yeah, we want Justin Fields. If we don't have Justin Fields, who would we get? Is what he like legit said. And I was reading a news article about it, and some players, they were just like, why should we start over again and get a new quarterback? We had a solid team last year when we had, Roquan Smith, and then we ended up trading him, and that, set us back. And now we have a quarterback who's developing. Trading him would set us back again. I think I think they're going to keep Justin Fields because the players are ready to try to compete. And if they keep Justin Fields, they can trade that number 1 pick and get a whole lot because somebody gonna want Caleb. Somebody's gonna give up a king's ransom for Caleb Williams. So they're gonna be able to get him, get a receiver, get a lineman. I think they're gonna be good, or not good next year, but they're gonna be much better next year.
I can see them staying with Justin Field. Like, I can see all scenarios. I can see them saying, "Hey, yo, fuck this nigga Justin Fields. We gonna get Caleb." I can also see them saying, "Nah, we riding with Justin Fields." Unfortunately, I feel like both scenarios. You said it's a win-win. I think it's a lose-lose. It's a bad situation because I don't trust their organization from head to toe.
If they keep Justin Fields, bro, I'm sorry. I know earlier, if you look at my podcast, I was cooking Justin Fields, and he's made improvements. You know, you've made improvements, bro. But like, if you passing up on all these players, because they have another pick and it's in the top 10.
Yeah, they have the number 1 and number 10.
That's fair.
Yeah. So with the number 10, like, bro, you need to scrap that. You cannot keep that. I think NFL and NBA different. If you suck in the NBA, you could be terrible for many years, and it's kind of like you're just in obscurity. But if you're in the NFL, if you suck, people are they're gonna notice. It's the NFL. It's just more people watch you, and the Bears have sucked for literally probably your entire existence. Like they've sucked for many years. They only had like one season here and there type of thing. Yeah. Justin Fields, bro, if you pass up on Caleb Williams and CJ Stroud for Justin Fields better ball next year. That better be offensive player of the year. To me, he better be a Pro Bowler, second team All Pro. He better be special next year. Because there's no way you do that. I don't care what DJ Moore says. Obviously, DJ Moore, his opinion matters to an extent. But I mean, bro, you're not the GM, bro. You don't make the decisions here. I do. If you're the GM,
nigga, you just got here.
Oh my God.
There's no way you make the decision for me. The fans saying I want Fields. Bro, ain't nobody care what you care, but if Caleb ball, or if Caleb is balling for someone else, maybe in your conference, say he go to the Giants and he balling, doing well for the Giants, and Justin Fields injured or he's struggling. How you look? I ain't gonna be. I swear, I'm not gonna be the guy. This is what happened last year with us getting a quarterback. Some people wanted Davis Mills still for the Texans. I'm not gonna be the team that passes up on this guy and he goes to my rival and destroys me. I'm not doing that. I said, you pick CJ or there's a mutiny in this bitch. You better pick CJ because I'm not watching Davis Mills anymore. And he going to Indianapolis and ruining me. No. So if you Chicago, bro, don't be the team. I know you could trade back, get a king's ransom, whatever. Cool. You try to build everything around Justin Fields, but it mattered. Justin Fields has to be that guy. You got to be with him for 5 years. He has to be that guy. And if he's not that guy, that's the biggest mistake you've ever made, bro, straight up.
I mean, for what is worth, what if they end up, like, with Justin Fields, like, he's never going to be you should never say never, but I don't think he's really ever going to be that drop back quarterback. Like, he's always going to have to, like, running the football is always going to be a very, very, very big element to his game, no matter what. Like, he's not going to end up ever playing a game where he can be a traditional drop back passer. And so just if they do keep Fields, they got to lean all the way into that. And I think that could work. But just like imagine they trade Fields or whatever, get, like a second round pick or something. They draft Caleb Williams. Like, the organization is still terrible. Like, it's still a trash team, like Greg said, trash team, trash GM, all that. Watch Caleb suck. And then Justin Fields goes somewhere else and starts balling. Like, he goes to the Falcons or something, who already have weapons like built in for him. Like, imagine that. Like,
I mean, it can happen. It can happen, but at the same time, do you want to be that guy? I don't know. Like, it's one of those things that if Caleb sucks and then Justin's good, I can live with that a little more because that was supposed to be a generational talent type of guy. That's just I have bad plot. If I do that to myself and I just pass up on the generational guy, and I do it twice. It's not like my first time. I did it twice. Look at CJ Stroud. Do you think Chicago wants CJ Stroud over Justin Fields right now?
I think they will want CJ Stroud.
So now we doing it twice. Is it that worth Justin Fields? If it is to y'all do what y'all do because y'all not me. Y'all not my favorite team. Y'all do what y'all want to do. It's y'all pick. I'm just saying, bro. I ain't passing up on that twice, bro.
and they not me either. Me personally, I just think that I don't know. I think we putting a little too much stock on Caleb Williams, like he the best QB in that class.
I mean, you just say
When it's obviously that nigga in Washington, that nigga Penix is that nigga, in my opinion. I know that he's not gonna go over
He won't.
Caleb Williams. He won't. I mean, nor should they. But it really does come down to what outweighing the cons with the cons, because the pros are always going to be there. Like, which consequence are you willing to take on the chin if all things go wrong, that you didn't draft generational talent, or that your generational talent stunk that shit up? Like it went horribly bad.
And the one I'm picking is I'm picking the one where I picked the generational talent and he sucked. I'm not picking the one where I pass up on the generational talent and he ball out of his mind. Nah, there's no way. I can't be that team. Everybody getting fired. That set back the organization 5 to 10 years plus.
Ain't supposed to get fired anyway. That's my problem. Like, yo,
they should not keep. No matter, like, they should not keep them. But they're going to, which is stupid. This is.
If you're gonna keep your staff, you might as well keep Justin Fields. That's all I'm saying.
And a big reason I'm passionate about this, because the NFC is so devoid of like great quarterbacks that I need more quarterback talent in the NFC. Because if you look at the AFC, they got Mahomes, Allen, Herbert, Stroud, Lawrence, like just a lot of really Jackson, all these really great or good quarterbacks, right? And then you look at the NFC, it's Dak, and then Jalen Hurts, who's getting exposed. And then it's Brock Purdy, who got exposed.
Talk about it.
Against Baltimore. So it's
don't say Brock Purdy. Don't say Brock Purdy. And
talk. What other NFC niggas we got?
You got Stafford and Goff, and there you go. That's
Stafford, Goff,
and that's it.
Kirk Cousins, Kyler.
It's not. It don't hit the same.
Baker Mayfield. It is.
I don't want Caleb coming to the AFC, bro. Don't let Caleb go to the AFC. We got too many quarterbacks in the AFC, bro. Go to the NFC. Derek Carr is tough. Yeah, Derek Carr is rough. They hate Derek Carr in New Orleans. That's right.
I don't know why they just. I'm still so surprised they never started Jameis, bro. Like everybody's begging for Jameis to start, and they just won't listen, bro.
Yeah, I don't agree with any of that. But yeah, there are quarterbacks in the NFC. Hey, look, I've been happy about the quarterbacks in the NFC because nigga, I don't want that AFC smoke until I absolutely have to talk about that in the Super Bowl or type of shit. Give me weak ass Jalen Hurts, nigga. Be that weak ass nigga, please. I'll deal with Purdy, nigga. God forbid they actually had, one of them ones.
If Caleb Williams ends up on the Giants, I'll be so sick.
I wouldn't be as sick.
That's why I need the NFC to get some Drake May, Caleb Williams. I need y'all to go to the NFC. We're stacked here. We don't need no more. My whole division full of we got Lawrence, Stroud, and we got Richardson. And then if Levis is good, I don't know if Levis is good, but we got a whole division, the AFC South, full of quarterbacks that have a lot of talent and promise. I'm good.
That's
NFC catch up, bro.
Tough division,
I know
it's a tough division for quarterbacks.
It is. Yeah.
First of all, niggas wanting Caleb Mills is kind of or Davis Mills is still
that's crazy, right? There's no way. If we look at CJ, bro, I'm so happy, but oh my goodness, that would have ruined me as a fan. I would literally be a free agent as a fan. I couldn't take it. I literally would leave the team and find another team if they did that. Davis Mills is an eyesore.
Speaking of niggas that are not eyesores, gotta get into that MVP discussion of Lamar Jackson. Lamar is pretty much his trophy to lose.
For sure.
Because at the end of the day, it is a quarterback award. They're not giving that shit to McCaffrey. They're not giving that shit to Tyreek Hill. They're not giving it to any of them. So they'll try to be like, "Oh, offensive player of the year." What's the point? What's the point, nigga? Like nobody brags about OPOY. Nobody even says the word OPOY. They'll say DPOY. Who the fuck's
more valuable? That is more valuable.
I'm saying, like, who really talks about? Oh, I'm 3-time offensive player of the year. Nobody say that shit. That might be the same as having a Pro Bowl, maybe, nigga. Like, nobody cares about defensive player of the year. They know that defensive players get slided in the MVP conversation. So there's more weight to it. But OPOY, that's just really just you just saying, hey, I made second place. I am the runner up to MVP. That's basically what it is. So it's Lamar Jackson. I wish people were talking about Lamar Jackson a little bit more. They used to get on like the first 2 or 3 weeks. They used to get on that nigga head about his accuracy or his pin, like early in the season when you clearly see these niggas just dropping the ball. Like the ball is in their hand and they dropping it. I was
and
like,
everybody had to adjust to a whole new offense and everything because it's a new offense for them.
yeah, because they got rid of Greg Roman, and you just got all these niggas up here just talking about, right, he's not quarterbacky, whatever the fuck, it don't matter. Nigga blew the fuck out the Dolphins.
That was crazy. Quarterbacky crazy.
Like he heard that because like that he had like 5 touchdowns and like 300 yards that next game. Like,
why couldn't he do that in week 12, Jax? Why couldn't he do that in week 10, nigga? When I needed him the most. That nigga out here acting like the avatar of the Last Airbender. When I needed you the most, when it was playoff time in fantasy, you disappeared. My question really about this was how much impact or what would be the reaction if he did all of this and then got bounced in the first round?
Hey, it happened before, bro. And it's not the first round. It was like the divisional round, but it happened before, and he got exposed in the postseason. So all the pressure's on Lamar Jackson because Lamar Jackson does not have a very good postseason resume. I think he has, if I'm not mistaken, maybe one playoff win. I think he beat Tennessee a couple years ago.
Yeah,
and after that, it's been rough, right? So I remember they won 14 games and boys were balling. Lamar had 36 touchdowns passing. In 2019, he was beating all the good teams of the league, and he faced Tennessee, and Derrick Henry stiff-armed them to hell. Now, they
the time Lamar has lost in the playoffs, it hasn't been his fault. Like, he not tackling Derrick Henry. And then, like, the first year when he went to the playoffs, that was, like, his rookie season when they only let him run the ball. So I don't think – like, a lot of people put a lot of stock into Lamar having a bad postseason record, but, like, his career is still, like, so new. Like, he's been starting for, 4 years now? Like, that's – I don't think it's not that long. Like, legitimately, that's not that long.
Nigga's been –
I think it's like 7 years. I think like
he's been in the NFL for 7 years.
He did not get drafted in 2020. 2020 would have been 4 years.
I think 18 he was a rookie, so 18 season, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23. So this is a 6th season.
6th season.
He didn't start.
7.
So
he played towards
he didn't start until like the end of his first season. So that's one year now. And then he got hurt last season. That's another year down.
But he played most. He played most of that.
You
last year he was hurt most of the season.
You finna hit me with a barring injury? Oh, Jax,
Lamar Jackson has a history, especially because he talked about last year. I remember Lamar Jackson, he was choking on fourth quarter leads. I remember he faced Miami. He choked that fourth quarter in Miami. Tua had like 6 touchdowns on them boys. So he tends to do that a lot. Now, I understand like it's not all his fault, right? Like it's the team. But if you're the quarterback, like we give you the MVP. So you're getting a lot of this praise, right? So you're gonna have to get a lot of the doom if you fail. They lose in the first round, I'm not gonna look unless he put up 40, another team put 43. Like if it's like if he put up 20 points or 17 points, they lose, and like we gonna blame him. Like this is how it's gonna be. We gonna blame him because he the quarterback, he the MVP, he's supposed to take over. And that's just how it is. That's how I think. But
he like I said, he's an elite quarterback. So understanding what your resume is, there has to be you gotta. It's time to put it up now. I don't know if y'all saw Odell renting out a boat for the fellas.
Oh no! Plot.
Renting out a boat for the fellas before they are going for their home playoff game, giving the 2014 vibes.
They need to take a picture too.
Yeah, they're going to probably take that picture. A lot of people are upset about that. This is probably worse than the little B curse. This is better than worse than the Kim Kardashian curse. Hey, there's a lot of curses out here. I
don't think nothing worse than the Kardashian curse, but
but in my opinion, I feel like niggas have beaten that curse before though.
It made Lamar Odom smoke crack, and Kanye is being weird.
James Harden got through it though. Hey, James Harden got through a lot of curses. I ain't gonna lie.
Who
Little
was
B
James?
curse was
When was
cooking
James
him.
Harden with the
That
Kardashians?
little B curse was crazy.
It
When
was with Khloe
James Harden with
Kardashian.
the Kardashian?
It was with Khloe Kardashian.
Chloe not a full Kardashian.
Hey,
Cook.
hey, look. Okay,
Chloe-
Hey, look,
Chloe's
I
part
won't worry
Simpson.
about that.
Chloe Parker Simpson, bro.
I guess, but hey,
A hot take. That's interesting. That's interesting take. Yeah,
a curse is a curse to me, and that little B curse. I really believe.
Lil B
Hey,
curse
it
is
got so
crazy.
bad, I started believing in that bitch. I was like, you know what? Maybe Lil B might.
That Lil B curse was crazy.
Maybe he got something going on. Because once that shit lifted, MVP season, I'm like, oh wow, okay. Maybe I'm tripping. Maybe it's me. But
No, that boat curse will doom the Ravens for sure.
But I don't know because Lamar, he said, y'all seen that tweet where that he answered that riddle on Twitter, and ever since then he been going crazy.
no, I haven't heard about that.
The Johnny riddle?
No, I haven't. I'm not tapped in. I'm not tapped in, brother.
Let me see if I can find that. I just got to show it to y'all. It was one of those things. It was one of those things on Twitter where they're like, Johnny has 5 siblings, or like Johnny's dad has 5 siblings. Their names are January, February, March, and April. What's the last sibling's name? And people were like, "Oh, it'd be May. It'd be May." No, the answer is Johnny because that's the whole thing. Now, Lamar, he put Johnny, and ever since then he hasn't. I don't think he's lost the game since then.
Really?
Did he know that, or did someone like tell him? Because that's only the first time I heard that I was tricked, and then anytime someone tell me that, I'm fine. Like I don't know. Did he hear that before?
That's not his first rodeo hearing that riddle. Maybe.
Let me see. Since he said Johnny, this tweet was on December 30th, or no, he tweeted a Johnny thing on October 14th. Lamar Jackson, since tweeting Johnny, he's a 10-1 record, 3,200 total yards, 21 total touchdowns, 107 passer rating, and he's clinched the number 1 seed in the AFC. I'm just saying.
Hey man, I don't. Hey,
Let him.
I don't know. I don't put too much stock into it, but anything
10-1's crazy.
10-1 is crazy. It might cancel each other out.
Exactly.
We might get a chance to see what real Lamar is after all of that. But honestly, before we get off of football, we do have to talk about, Philadelphia Eagles. Garbage. Now, of course, we have two people that are very biased about the Philadelphia Eagles. Although we speak nothing but facts, we are Cowboys fans, so we do have a different perspective about what the fuck is really going on. But as somebody that is not even in the conference, we do want to hear your insight about the state of the Philadelphia Eagles.
The funny thing about the Eagles is that they've had the same script. Like they had Carson Wentz, and then the OC left them and went to Indianapolis, and then Carson Wentz started going downhill, just like Jalen Hurts going downhill. I'm not gonna lie. Like I do like the Eagles. I think they are last year more specifically than this year. They were a fun team to watch. Jalen Hurts had a really good rise last year. Obviously, he looks like a Shane Steichen merchant for sure. Bro, this year, bro, them boys they start off 10-1, and I don't know, but every time they would win, it's it didn't feel like
it should be games they should have lost. It should have been games they should have lost.
It didn't feel like that. It didn't feel like that was a good win. A lot of their wins were okay, and they faced y'all, and I knew y'all gonna beat them because they always y'all win every game at home. It's just y'all are a great home team, mediocre road team, so you're definitely gonna beat the Eagles, right? The Eagles, who they play after that? I think they played the Seahawks. Drew Lock. How you let Drew Lock? I know we let Drew Lock beat us. So I know for someone cook us, we let Drew Lock beat us many years ago. But Drew Lock, many years later, more experience and this and that, he beat y'all. Y'all the Eagles. Y'all supposed to win that game. Y'all they ain't beat the Seahawks in 15 years. That's freaking crazy. And then they barely beat the Giants. Kind of go right past the Giants. I'm okay. But hey, y'all have a chance to win your division. Y'all need to win y'all division because the Cowboys are great at home. You want the Cowboys to travel. If you're an Eagles fan, it's an Eagles perspective. Y'all face the Cardinals and the Giants, bro. Beat the Cardinals, bro. Like, you can't beat the Cardinals, bro. Like, are you serious? And the funny thing, on my podcast, there's an Eagles fan. He was cooking the Cowboys because y'all lost to the Cardinals. And I tell you how plot work. You don't talk too much. Because when you talk too much, they listen to you. They do this. They listen to you. These script writers, they listen to what you just said, and they write a script that cooks you to hell. And now they cook. So now when he on the podcast, what he gonna say? He can't say nothing. Y'all lost the Cardinals too. That's tough. That's rough. He was talking a lot too. So I'm saying, hey, the Eagles, they look like a first round exit to me. I ain't gonna lie to you. Tampa Bay looking hot right now, and that's probably where they got to play. And they looking like a first round exit because they on fraud alert, man. Hey,
I think the Eagles, like, I don't really hate the Eagles. Like, I don't like the Eagles, but I don't hate the Eagles. They always had cool players. They had Michael Vick. They had Deshaun Jackson. They had LaShawn McCoy before he started talking. So I like the Eagles. They cool and all that. But I don't like this year. They just not it because one, Jalen Hurts done been hurt the entire season and nobody want to talk about like. And they keep doing that stupid ass tush push. Like he's finna hurt himself. He's getting more and more injured every time y'all do that dumbass play. Like, so there's that. And then they lost like the backbone of their defense. And they also got like a new offensive and defensive coordinator. Like, it's just, they just made the bad. I think it's really a coaching thing. They made bad decisions. Like, they hired the wrong defensive coordinator. Then they're trying to replace him with Matt Patricia, who's an even worse defensive coordinator. And then they have, their offensive coordinator is like Brian Johnson. And I like Brian Johnson, because, I'm trying to support black people, black offensive coordinators. They don't really get a shot like that, but he's just not good. Like, he's just not a good coordinator. So they just made bad hires on the coaching staff, and now they're reaping the, I don't even want to call it benefits. They're reaping the whatever's from it,
They secondary buns, boy. Go ahead.
Yeah.
That's also true.
Yeah. So ultimately, whenever they got the 10-1, we as Cowboys fans, we were just like, yo, this is one of the nastiest 10-1 records we've ever seen. It never seemed like they won. It just seemed like the other team lost. It just seemed like they just gave up something. It's like, yo, how did you allow them to do this, that, and the other? Mm-hmm. They were not convincing wins. At any given moment, it could have been a coin flip of who won and who lost. It wasn't a convincing win, but niggas didn't want to talk about that on national television because it's like, Jalen Hurts is a winner. Like, all right, nigga. Like, but as they started losing games, that coaching is a real thing. The offense is very vanilla. It's very predictable.
Niggas, they run like a Madden playbook, and they're running a Madden playbook.
It's like the coach from Bishop Sycamore was out there and just told, hey, yo, this is what you need to do. You gonna line up and do this. You know what I mean? Like there's no creativity. It seems very vanilla. Like even and that's the cockiness of a nigga like Nick Sirianni that I don't fuck with. Because Mike McDaniels, he be doing like some cocky, shit on the sidelines. But you see how creative that nigga be having that nigga Tyreek in the backfield, doing different sweeps, doing different motions, putting people in the best position to win. Your quarterback is Jalen Hurts. You know that nigga's not Pat Mahomes. You know that nigga's not Lamar Jackson. You know that nigga's not Josh Allen. You know what I mean? Or CJ Stroud. This is not a nigga that he's a different kind of quarterback. When they talk about what's Jalen Hurts, what's so special about him? Most niggas be saying dumb shit like he's a winner. What the fuck does that mean when it's time to scheme up? What the fuck does he's a winner? He finds a way to win. What does that have to do with scheming and schematics? When I know about Pat Mahomes, I know that nigga can throw shit on his back and launch missiles to whoever the fuck he needs to throw it to. Now it's up to them niggas to catch. You know what I mean? That's a whole nother situation going on. Yeah. Josh Allen, that nigga just runs over running linebackers for fun. He does it as a side hobby sometimes to just run through niggas. Lamar Jackson, he's starting to play, quarterbacky, whatever the fuck that means.
Yeah.
But with all of these other quarterbacks that you talk about, it's like, yo, you talk about them as a thrower of the football or their athleticism, something. The only thing we talk about with Jalen Hurts is he's a winner and that tush push. That's the only thing niggas be talking about. So for that to be what it is, as Nick Sirianni, you can't be cocky and be like, "Oh, I got AJ Brown, I got Devontae Smith. We can just line these niggas up and just go tell them to go make a play." That's only gonna work for bad teams. It's not even gonna work for
that'll work sometimes, but you can't have a whole season like that.
Yeah, and niggas gonna and act like niggas not gonna figure you out. No, absolutely not. And the defense can't stop a cold. Like what are we doing? Can't stop the run.
Bradbury boy, that boy gets cooked.
And they make it Jalen Carter look bad. It's crazy. It's just crazy.
I like Sirianni though. Like I like the cockiness. I don't like obviously they hate Brian Johnson with all their passion, but Sirianni was funny because when they beat the Chiefs and then he was talking shit to the Chiefs, that was like real WWE stuff. I really enjoyed that. That's entertaining because the season up to that point was pretty ass. I ain't gonna lie to you. The primetime games was rough. I went to sleep a lot. It was tough. So seeing that game and seeing him talking shit to the Chiefs fans was very fun to watch. But ever since then, them boys have been in hell. So a plot caught up to him. Tough, but
very fair.
Hey.
Yeah, you know it was bad because they were trying to force Taylor Swift on this. So yeah, I get it.
Boy,
I get it.
Swift, bro. Oh my gosh, I ain't gonna say nothing. I ain't gonna say nothing about that. Some Swifties come after me. I ain't gonna say nothing.
I feel that. I understand. But moving on from that real quick, now we're going into basketball, NBA, real hoops, real sports type shit. Wanted to talk about the state of Houston sports. This is your little segment to rock out about. We'll talk about the Rockets first, but I wanted to get on the Texans real quick before we close out football for real. Just like your opinion on what the Texans have been, your likes, your dislikes, what niggas need to be focused on that they may not be focused on as a fan, because we do have people that are from Houston that listen to this pod. So, what's your opinion about the Houston?
I'm here for y'all. I'm here for y'all, for the Houston listeners, bro. So the Texans the last couple years have put me through absolute hell. They hire random coaches, and I know Stephen A. Smith called us racist for firing these coaches, and it pissed me off because how you calling us racist for firing these coaches when no one else hiring these coaches? It's not like Lovie Smith. Everybody batted down Lovie Smith trying to get him. And who is David Culley? I don't even know why we hired David Culley. I don't know why we hired that man. That man, they both put me through some of the worst football I have ever seen in my life. I had to watch anime. I had to watch some. I could not watch that team play. It was ridiculous. They hired D'Amico Ryans, and that's a good bias because he played for the Texans. So thank goodness, because we were a team that people would not go to. So thank goodness for that bias. CJ Stroud, thank goodness. Oh my gosh, CJ Stroud is the best thing that's happened to the Texans up to this point. I don't know what the future holds, but up to this point ever. He came into this season. Look. JJ
Watt? Like
I'm telling you, look. JJ Watt.
Andre Johnson?
But there was no real like winning future with JJ and Andre. Like you're like, okay, that you have generational, really great players, but they're not gonna win, Super Bowl. For the first time, the Texans and Texan fans actually feel like, you know what, we can act. It's really hard to do it. We can actually win a Super Bowl with this guy. We faced Cincinnati. When Cincinnati came back, they tied the game. We're up 10. They tied the game. If it was Deshaun Watson, if it was Davis Mills for sure, if it was any of these other quarterbacks, Matt Schaub, any of these other quarterbacks, I realistically believe we're losing overtime to Joe Burrow. Joe Burrow is the superior quarterback. CJ Stroud come in there and he give me that field goal drive, and I'm like, bro, that is great plot. That's clutch. I haven't had none clutch like that. It's someone I can actually believe in. Like when he goes out there, we can believe in him. Now I don't know. The big game's coming up on Saturday. First primetime game we've had whole season. Facing the Colts. I don't know if we're gonna win that game. I hope to God we do, but the Colts are really good. I don't know why. Gardner Minshew, Shane Steichen, a hell of a coach. As we talk,
Gardner Minshew is great, bro. Gardner Minshew is a good quarterback. But I'll let you keep cooking. I'm just Gardner Minshew cold, bro.
He is cold, so it's gonna be a very hard game. But I'll tell you like this: if Deshaun Watson was going into Indianapolis and that was the stakes, I literally think we have there's no shot. It's not because Deshaun's bad. I just don't feel like he has that aura, that gravity to actually win the game. CJ Stroud, bro, coming there, bro. I actually believe, bro, we could actually win this freaking game. So bro, D'Amico Ryans and CJ Stroud, that pairing, I don't know what the future holds, but like that pairing, I can actually see success. We have a lot of cap space. Cleveland, I thought Cleveland was gonna suck, but them boys are balling. So we had they pick, and it picks in the late 20s. So I can't get no like super elite receivers, whatever. But we need, like I told you before, what the things you need to win: O-line, quarterback, D-line. Get some D linemen. You don't need to invest. You don't need to spend $100 million or not $100 million, many $1 million in a wide receiver in free agency because to me, it's chill when you have like Nico Collins, Tank Dell, maybe a rookie or maybe a veteran because like there's no divas. You know, AJ Brown throwing a temper tantrum right now. Stephon Diggs throwing temper tantrums. You don't want no divas right now, but you just want people who go out and ball. Just get open for me. My guy will get you the ball, bro. We don't need no superstar crazy receiver. Give me a good O line, good D line, and CJ. Invest in those things. Shore up those other parts. Make sure your secondary is pretty short. You need some secondary help. Do that. Call it a day. But I'm happy the Texans, after all those years of complete ass, the Texans finally have a future. So if you're a Texan fan, like CJ said, he wants y'all wearing y'all jerseys, going to the games, getting loud, getting something to be proud of. You can't get proud of Davis Mills. I'm sorry, Davis, we're taking a lot of shots. You can't get proud of Davis Mills. You can't get proud of any of those other players. Deshaun Watson really can't be proud of him. Because, boy, what the hell? But
I will say this, though. You was acting like, I know he's like Bill Cosby Jr. and all, but like when Deshaun was on Houston, they was cold. He was cold. They was cold.
Nigga was him for a minute. For a little minute.
Look, I'll tell you. I'm gonna tell y'all some real ish. I'm gonna tell y'all, bro. Deshaun Watson, his rookie year, bro, he looked like, because I call the best quarterback in the dynasty quarterback in the league. He the main character. That's Patrick Mahomes right now. When Deshaun Watson started playing his rookie year, he was having literally the best rookie season. I was like, oh, maybe we got the main character. Towards ACL, it transferred all the way to Mahomes. Mahomes became the guy. 50 touchdowns his first year playing. It's him now. Watson was a really good quarterback. But Watson, like, if you watch the Bill O'Brien Texans, bro, like if you watch those games, bro, we were just not clutch. There's so many times we would just not be prepared to play. Drew Lock beating the hell out of us. We go in the playoffs. We always getting skunked. We face the Chiefs. We up 24-0. Blow the lead in a quarter. Ain't no way you blow it. Like, you could blow the lead if it's like maybe the end of the game, right? It's a hard fought battle. They win 31-27, something like that. Bro, they beat us 51-31, and they did that in 3 quarters. That's ridiculous. That's the plot they got. Deshaun Watson was a really good quarterback, but he's like CJ Stroud potential. You see how CJ playing? It don't look gimmicky. It's like anticipation. He has great accuracy. My man reads the field well. He has good mobility. Like, there's no gimmick to it. Like, Watson was like, his rookie year was a little gimmicky to me. And I'm not saying like I know that's kind of a hot take, but it's just a little gimmicky. Like, I don't know if he can sustain that. But CJ, this play, I think he can sustain it. So I'm hoping, hey, Saturday, bro, CJ, I don't know if we win, but if we do win, you go there, bro. I'm telling you right now. I bought your jersey too. Hey, let's get it, bro. Let's get it, bro.
Real. Another real naysayer. Now to talk about, you know, a real team, a real basketball team, the Houston Rockets. Go ahead and tell me what was going on. Now you speaking my language as a diehard Houston Rockets fan. I need what's been going on, the poverty that's been going on these past 3 to 4 years, the resurgence. The resurgence.
You know, it's funny. It's funny, man. Like, I had both of my teams went through hell at the same time, fighting for number 1 picks. That's funny, bro. The Rockets.
It's great.
The Rockets put Ime Udoka. Thank you for coming to the team. Steven Silas, bro. I mean, Steven Silas had me want to take my eyes out of my body, bro. Steven Silas was one of the worst coaches.
Y'all hate Steven Silas.
Steven Silas is. Oh my goodness.
Like,
Steven
yes, he
Silas,
wasn't
bro.
good, but y'all are like, y'all hate Steven Silas.
Nah, let that nigga go to OKC then, since you love that nigga so much. Damn.
Gosh.
Damn.
Since you love OKC players are good, so it's coaching won't matter.
Yeah. I bet, nigga.
That man, he said he don't call plays for Jabari Smith.
That was crazy.
That's the 3rd pick in the draft.
That's wild.
He ain't running the offense through Şengün. The whole world saying run the offense through Şengün. And the thing is, Şengün's not one of those players that's like a number 1 overall pick, so everyone talk about him just because he's number 1 pick. He's the 16th pick. So it's like people like Kevin Durant, Paul George, all these players talk about Şengün. in a positive way, and no one's just asking them specifically about Şengün. They're literally just saying, "Who's your favorite player? Who's one player you talking about, or you like?" They talking about Şengün just randomly. That means he putting an impression on them, and we not running. And Jokic, he's like Şengün is Jokic light, and Jokic is one of the best top 2 players in the league. Win a championship. We ain't gonna run the offense to him. I'm telling you, look, Steven Silas went to Detroit. Them boys lost 28 straight. That's his plot. That's just it. I mean, where he go? I mean, that's crazy, right?
I'm saying, I don't know.
That's crazy. He with us, he lose 20 straight. He go to Detroit, they lose 28 straight. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. But what I do know is that Ime Udoka has us being competitive in all these games. Şengün is the player. Like I got the Şengün jersey right here, bro. I got the Şengün jersey right here, bro.
Oh, fuck.
He is the player. He is the player. He is the best player on this team.
I didn't even know it was the Şengün jersey.
This is Şengün, Brian. Jalen Green, he too inconsistent for me to get a jersey. So
fair.
It's Şengün. But look, we playing good basketball. We beat the Nuggets 3-1 this year. I don't know why the NBA schedule makers had us playing these hard ass games at the beginning of the season, where we facing every Western Conference like super team. We facing the Mavericks, the Nuggets, the Warriors, the Lakers, all the Clippers. Like what's up? But
They're
the fact that we coming out,
they're punishing you, Doka.
Okay, maybe.
And that nigga rises to the occasion. Nigga rises to the occasion, nigga.
Okay.
To go 17-15 with that schedule, bro. Hey, I will take it. And for Detroit Piston fans, I know the Pistons fans were like kind of cooking us back in the day. They got K, we got Jalen Green. How's life looking now? And for the Spurs fans that was cooking me in the offseason, talk about we an AAU team, and freaking Victor Wembanyama doing this, like he doing all this. He could have done that for the Hornets. He could have done that for the Hornets, and he could have done that for the Trailblazers, especially the Hornets. Yeah, but he ain't do none of this. He did it for us. Bet. That's all I got here. Bet. Now look at you now. Them boys awful. That man subbing himself in. Them boys awful, boy. And look at us. I'm just saying, bro. Y'all talking a lot, but when y'all talk mess, bad things happen. I remember back in the day, Greg. Back in the day, a lot of teams like to talk shit about us when we had James Harden. They always talk. The only team that could talk though was Golden State. All them other teams were like, bro. And every time they talk about us, bad things happen to them. Because OKC. I see you, OKC fan. I remember OKC when they had Carmelo and they had Paul George and Russell, and it was like, oh my gosh, it's gonna be OKC versus Golden State in the conference finals. Them boys gonna do this, they gonna do that, they gonna do this. No one cared about Chris Paul and Harden. Chris Paul and Harden in the conference finals, and the boys in OKC lose to a rookie. I was like, I don't know, man. I'm just watching, I'm just observing, man. I don't know, but hey. So y'all like to talk. A lot of y'all like to talk shit. But looking back now, things are aging poorly for you. So. Hey, shout out to them Rockets. Ime Udoka, boy, got them boys structured. That's what we need, structure.
God.
Steven Silas, what the hell was that? You go ahead, Griff.
Real recognizes real nigga. Is good. It's good to see niggas on the Steven Silas train, yo. Niggas, real niggas know what was going on. Real niggas knew when something happens for 3 years straight, nigga. It's not just a coincidence, nigga. That's all I gotta say about it. That's all I gotta say about it. Somebody Jokic saying shit like, "Ah, man, I know it's kind of crazy, but yeah, I think they should run the offense through Şengün more." And that nigga decides to not run plays for Şengün, not run plays for Jabari Smith Jr. Put the ball in Kevin Porter Jr. hand. 80% usage rate. Where that nigga at? I can't even speak on that nigga. I can't even speak on what that nigga doing right now. You feel me? You know what I mean? We just doing whatever. But at the end of the day, I do appreciate that through it all. It's not like we getting carried by our vets. It's not like it's like Fred VanVleet dropping 40 and we can't win without Fred type shit. It's really like you see Şengün, you see the development of Jabari Smith, you see Tari Eason take it up another level. You see Dylan Brooks be, more than just serviceable, but is quite literally outplaying his contract that niggas swore was an overpay. You know what I mean? So it's good to see. It's good to see the state of the Rockets be, pretty good, pretty decent. And I know that we're probably going way past time, but definitely wanted to bring up this Jason Tatum clip. If I can find it. I was having a hard time finding this shit, but I'm gonna find that shit. Also, shout out to Caitlin Clark. Nigga went
shout out to
crazy.
that, bro.
Nigga went crazy.
They putting it on the map though. They like Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese. They really putting women's college basketball, making it very interesting.
Yeah, I'm fucking with it. And shout out to Juju Watkins out of USC. She still has a little bit more.
Been like going crazy, right?
She been going crazy. She probably deserves to be a one and done, but they don't do one and dones for real. But
I wish they did though.
I wish they did too. Like she deserves to be.
It's not enough. It's not enough WNBA teams for one and done. Because only like
I guess
10 or 12, right? It's not enough.
Bring it back to Houston, bro. Bring back the Comets, bro. Them boys won. They won. Them girls won 4 straight. Start off the whole thing.
Cynthia Cooper.
Only dynasty we've had, bro. Come on, bring it back, bro.
Yeah, we ain't got shit. Oh God! So shout out. First of all, I wanted to shout out to Young Mustard. He actually goes to school to University of Houston. Actually, I just found that out not too long ago. But this is what he had to say about Jason Tatum.
It's insane to me.
Can y'all hear this?
Excuses
Yeah.
People make for Jason Tatum. This man has gone out there over the last couple years with some of the best roster construction in the league.
Jaylen Brown doesn't know that he's a number 2. Marcus Smart is so inefficient. Joe Mazzulla.
Nigga, Jason Tatum's right there. You can't tell me Kawhi fully healthy with that roster isn't a championship guaranteed. You can't tell me LeBron fully healthy with that roster isn't a championship guaranteed. Kevin Durant with that roster isn't a championship guaranteed at some point. Tatum, either you give him the criticism for not getting the job done, or you just come out right and admit he's not at that level. He's not a number 1. When they went to the finals, they win that series if Jason Tatum doesn't get bitched by Andrew fucking Wiggins. Niggas talk about last year, weren't they down 3-0 before that, right? Tatum isn't that guy. At some point, we gotta come to that conclusion and cut the bullshit, nigga. It's insane to me.
Okay. First of all, don't know why that nigga got animated the way he did, but I'm here for the clicks. I know what he's trying to do. I know he's trying to sell a clip. He's trying to sell a TikTok clip. He did what he had to do. Shout out to them. He's a Chicago Bulls. He's a Chicago Bulls fan. So this is
anything else.
He ain't got no you know what I mean? He ain't got no real dog in the fight for real. But first and foremost, I kind of wanted to like his argument about Jason Tatum just not being that guy for real. Where do you stand on his clip in general? That conversation about Jason Tatum.
So with me, like I have a hierarchy for players, right? Mm-hmm. And you have the superstars, a high-end star, low-end star, above average, right? And Jason Tatum, to win a championship, you need to be a superstar, right? To me, Jason Tatum is not a superstar. He's a high-end star who's like really close. Like this is superstar, and he's like tapping, but he's not a superstar, right? So because the players, he said LeBron, KD, Kawhi, those are superstars. So when you're not a superstar and you're a high-end star and you're that close, there are moments where you look like a superstar. You do things that look like superstar level, but then it really gets exposed when you face one. Because in the finals, they face Steph Curry, who's a superstar. If with his Jason Tatum's not that guy, I do believe he is not that guy in terms of being a superstar, which is a big reason why he hasn't won a championship. But like, I'm not gonna put like there's criticism because there's championship expectations, but I'm realistic. I understand in a playoff series when you face 4 out of 7 times, you've got to win 4 out of 7 times, the best player wins. And in those, I know when he faced the Heat, that was kind of like, yeah, Jimmy Butler in the postseason is like a different dog. I don't know. He's like
this Michael Jordan. This Michael Jordan.
So he becomes the best player because he just elevates to a crazy degree. But most of the time, he's not the best. Like when he loses, he's not the best player in that playoff series, in my opinion, because he's not better than Steph Curry, right? So I'm not gonna condemn Jason Tatum. Like I'm gonna condemn him. Yes, you need to win it. You haven't won a championship, and yes, that's the criticism. You're the best player on that team, but I don't expect him to be winning anything unless his team is unless it's everything's favored in his direction, and it hasn't been. So
I didn't even trust him to beat the Pistons, and they almost lost to the Pistons. Like Jason Tatum. I like Jason Tatum. He cool, but I never thought he was a superstar. Like you said, he's a high end star. He up there for real, but he just never. I never saw him as a superstar. And then like the guy in the video, he was talking about, oh, why hasn't Jason Tatum won a championship and everything? But like, yeah, he got those expectations, but like we gotta relax a little bit. He's only 25. Like LeBron, he ain't even had a championship at 25. Like
he didn't.
He's still got time to cook. Like I don't think he's in his prime yet. I think he's probably finna hit his prime like within like the next 2 years type stuff. But I don't. Jason, he's not that guy. Not yet, at least. He is the best player on that team, but he's still not that guy. You know.
Yeah, I think overall it's like an argue. It's one of those things where I feel like he's arguing with himself because I don't really think there's anybody out there that's saying Jason Tatum is that guy or they're hyping him up too much. Because if they was really hyping him up too fucking much, I think you would see him a lot more, established in the MVP conversations. You never see that nigga there. Like, of course, niggas talk about the top 5, top 5 in voting, but the niggas that are 4 and 5, you're not really expecting.
They don't really count for it.
They don't fucking count. You know what I mean? Like, it's there. That's like, you know what I mean? That's like saying New York Knicks have a chance to win the championship. I mean, they do.
But
nobody's picking them niggas. So sometimes I feel like he's arguing with himself, and I didn't like the arguments that he picked about, because you're comparing athletes of today and their caliber of today, but not their age. You know what I mean? Like, you're not comparing LeBron as a 25-year-old to Jason Tatum as a 25-year-old because, saying LeBron would have done it, I mean, LeBron, I feel like it's kind of hard to even put him in certain categories because he's fucking LeBron. If LeBron happened to be on the team, yeah, he might have actually done it because he was, picking up crazy things. So I'll give LeBron that. Kawhi was with generational talent, literally generational talent. Yes, he won Finals MVP, but he was surrounded by generational talent. Kevin Durant from 2008 to 2016 was the best player on his team and could not get it done. He had lots of talent and, ultimately went to Golden State to go get it. You know what I mean? Like,
that broke my heart when that happened, bro. Like, you don't even.
Yeah, like that. Like,
I bet. Yeah.
To put Kevin Durant there talking about Kevin Durant could get it done. Kevin Durant had plenty of chances to get it done with the team that he had. People keep forgetting that they were favored in a lot of these matchups to go. You know what I mean? So like you know what I mean? At 25,
they should have beat the Heat.
They should have beat the Heat. They was favored to beat the Heat. They was
They
favored.
were going to beat the Heat until that no call in Game 2. I remember. I'll never forget that.
And they were favored, and they were up 3-1 against the Golden State
They
Warriors.
should have beat the Warriors. Yes, they should have beat the Warriors and stopped all this from happening.
And that nigga was what, 26 at the time. So to sit here and say that he would be on that Boston Celtics roster and he would take care of business, but Jason Tatum is just not that guy. I just think it's a flawed argument to use some of these superstars that you used. I still think that he has the opportunity to be a superstar at some point because the nigga only 25, and that's and he's a bigger conversation of what my hot take is actually going to be today. But I'm gonna just keep my hot take under wraps until we get there. But nah, he's not that guy. But who the fuck said he was that guy?
Exactly. Boston fans, but nobody.
Even Boston fans don't even go too crazy. Like they try their best not to go too crazy about it. Jax, we are at. You trying to get the picks off?
Yeah,
let's get it. Let's knock them bitches out real quick.
Let me pull up.
Is this the last? Is this the last regular season?
It is.
Yeah, it's week 18, bro.
Oh God. Yeah. All right. We have 2 Saturday games and we have a Sunday night game. First game to come up is Steelers versus Ravens. You know how these division games go.
Yeah.
Jackson, you
finna be a bloodbath, but I humbly pick. Wait, no. Lamar, he's not playing this game. They're sitting him this game.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
But I'm still gonna go with the Ravens because Tyler Huntley was a Pro Bowl quarterback last year, even though the Pro Bowl don't really mean nothing. And the Ravens still got that crazy defense. And the Steelers are starting Mason Rudolph. So.
Oh, for real? Oh, okay. I didn't know that.
Once Mike Tomlin got that motherfucking record, it was.
He got that 9th win and he's good now.
He got the 9th win. Oh, we good? We clear? All right, bet. All right, we bullshitting. Yeah, that's tough. I'm gonna go ahead and go with the Ravens. I think they're playing in Baltimore, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah. Okay, so I'm picking them. Next, we'll go Texans versus Colts.
Hey, well,
I already said.
Oh, I already know what this nigga would be.
I already said I like Gardner Minshew so much, but I do think the Texans are a better team than the Colts. And won't this win get the Texans to the playoffs, right?
Yeah, this is a playoff game for sure. This is a playoff game. Whoever wins gets in.
I want to see CJ Stroud in the playoffs, so I'm gonna go with the Texans.
I would rather see CJ Stroud in the playoffs than Gardner Minshew. Now, if we talking about Anthony Richardson, then we have a different conversation. We had a different discussion. But I do want to treat this like the college football committee. I do want the best team to be in there. I do think the best team that's going to entertain me the most is the Texans. So I will pick the Texans.
I'm gonna pick the Texans just straight bias, just to be biased. Just go with that.
As you should. As you should.
As you should. you better go get your team, nigga. And then Sunday night, Buffalo Bills versus the Dolphins. Whoever wins, whoever wins goes to the playoffs, basically. Yeah. If the Bills win, they go to the playoffs. If they lose, a lot of things got to happen for them to still make it. I'm not gonna lie. I'm a little conflicted. I'm gonna pick the Buffalo Bills though.
Ooh.
I'm going to pick the Buffalo Bills.
I'm gonna pick Miami.
Go ahead.
I don't know. Go ahead.
Now the Dolphins, they've had last game they had hella injuries. Like Bradley Chubb, he out for the season now. They already lost Jalen Phillips, all that jazz. Even Tua, he hurt his hand. I think he gonna play though. But I'm leaning toward the Dolphins because Josh Allen, they're playing in Miami, which is good. And then Josh Allen, he got times where his CTE kicks in at times, and he's good for a mess up, So I'm going with the Dolphins.
That's fair. Okay. Locks of the week. My lock of the week. You already know. I dodged accountability last week because I didn't pick them, but I am going to pick them this week. Cowboys over the Commanders. Let's be fucking for real.
Is that on the road though? Is that a road game?
They got Sam Howell playing quarterback. It don't matter where it's going to be, gang. I ain't going to lie to you. It's definitely going to be in definitely going to be in Washington.
I don't know.
Hey, we trying to secure a division title. That's a must win. Bland, go ahead and get a pick or something. Do something.
Ever since we said Bland was finna have a whole bunch of more pick sixes, that he has not caught one. I've been sick.
I've been sick as hell too. Yeah, that is fair. Jackson's your lock.
My lock of the week. I'll take the Lions over the Vikings.
Lions over the Vikings.
Okay.
Yeah. It's hard because I'm looking at these teams playing, and all of them have. I don't want to pick for Jacksonville because F Jacksonville, bro. I ain't trying to help you. I ain't gonna say lock them.
Yeah.
I can't say Eagles over Giants because them boys they be losing the stupidest of games. I might have to pick, and I'm gonna pick the Chiefs over the Chargers. The Chiefs need to win this game. I'm gonna pick just to have some momentum going to the postseason. They got the main character. I'll say my lock is Chiefs versus Chargers.
Okay. Now, upset alert. Who am I picking for my upset alert? You know what? I'm gonna make it spicy. Giants over Eagles.
I was gonna pick that too, bro.
Giants
straight up, bro.
Eagles. Straight up. I know I asked the Giants to beat the Saints this one time and it didn't happen. I do have a feeling that the Giants will fuck around and beat the Eagles. That's how bad I think the Eagles are.
My upset alert is Titans over Jacksonville. Beat them, boy. Hey, Tennessee, boy. Beat Jacksonville, boy. It's in Tennessee, bro. Division games, they want to spoil Jacksonville. I know y'all want to spoil. If they win, they win the division. Spoil them for me.
Oh God.
So, hey, go ahead and spoil Jacksonville, bro. That's
my upset. I'm going with the Cardinals over the Seahawks because the Cardinals they've been bad, but they're low key not that bad, bro. I think the Cardinals got it this week.
I see it. Yeah, it'll be an interesting week 18 for sure. But with that being said, we'll go with our guest first for hot take of the week.
So yeah, I'm gonna tell you. So my hot take, I've had this hot take for a while, but like, I'm a Rocket fan.
Okay.
So my favorite Rocket player ever is Akeem Olajuwon. I honestly think Akeem Olajuwon is the best center of all time. Not the greatest center, but I believe Akeem Olajuwon is better than every center. And I'm saying that because look at what he's won. He won 2 championships with he had an old Clyde Drexler, and he had Otis Thorpe and a bunch of boys y'all don't even know. So I'm telling you, look, and he had to face the best of the best. He wasn't facing no trash centers like Shaq. You had an epic run. Shaq's run in the early 2000s, the most dominant run ever. But you can't name any. The centers he played in the finals was like the best one was Dikembe Mutombo. Dikembe Mutombo ain't got no offensive game to save his life. So I'm just saying, you look at the centers back in the 90s when you had to face David Robinson, you had to face Shaq, you had to face Patrick Ewing. And remember, this David Robinson MVP. This is peak David Robinson, and this is probably peak Patrick Ewing. And he cooking them boys. So he's facing probably the best centers because Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, who was he facing in the finals? Who was the centers he was facing in the finals? Who was Will Chamberlain facing in the finals? Who was Bill Russell facing in the finals? You don't know. You can't name me a lot of players, a lot of the competent centers they playing, but Akeem facing in the golden generation of centers, he beating them boys. If Akeem Olajuwon had what Tim Duncan had in terms of the talent that he had and the consistency, or any of these all-time greats, if Akeem Olajuwon had a Kobe Bryant, if Akeem Olajuwon had a Magic Johnson, if Akeem Olajuwon had the Spurs system with Tony Parker, all them boys, you tell me what would happen, right? He's not the greatest because championship rings happen, but the best, I'm picking Akeem Olajuwon. That's my hot take. He the best.
Niggas on fire. Let this nigga cook. Let this nigga cook. I had a similar hot take some weeks back about Hakeem Olajuwon being in the same conversation as Shaquille O'Neal. That is not a blasphemous statement. I think he's the more skilled player, but
Shaq would tell you that.
Yeah, but Shaq be on some hater shit. He pick and choose when he want to do this shit. For real.
He do.
Nigga was hating on Chet. Nigga was hating on Chet like 2 days ago. Nigga be on some weird shit. Jax, you hold on. Shout out my nigga Jax.
All right, now my hot take. I'll be honest, I didn't have a hot take.
Oh my god!
But then I was like, I think I got a hot take in my notes, and I did. So my hot take is quarterback is not the most important position on offense no more. I think the most position on offense is a dynamic pass catcher now.
Huh?
Because look, Dak Prescott last year, he wouldn't, or you see how CD Lamb is going crazy right now. Without that, Dak wouldn't be having the season he is. Tua right now, without Tyreek, he wouldn't be having the season that he is. Even Brock Purdy with Debo and Christian McCaffrey, because he's a running back, but he's really a receiver, pretending to be a running back, because there's no such thing as a white running back. Now McCaffrey, I think he's a pass catcher as well. I just think like having that dynamic person who with the ball in his hands can do so many different things, because all the receivers I named, they're not the traditional lineup at an X and just go run a vertical route or something. That's something they can do that's in their wheelhouse, but they're much better, in motions, in the slot, playing in the backfield sometimes, running the ball, doing all types of things, even throwing the ball, because McCaffrey done threw a couple touchdowns. I think the dynamic pass catcher is the most important position on offense, and that's my hot take.
Okay.
That's an air ball.
Man, my fault. I didn't mean. I literally did not mean to push that. I ain't gonna lie. I was trying to give you the. I was really trying to put this bitch in there. I was really, dead ass. I was really. Nah, for real though. I wanted an excuse to use it, but you was cooking low key. I ain't gonna cap. It was a fire take. Now back to what a real back to a real nigga. You know what I mean? All right, man. Listen, man. My hot take has been. It was kind of hard to describe my hot take at first, but I'm gonna just cook real quick. I truly think they need to take a look at what's going on post high school basketball. I think the G League Unite is the most overrated developmental league and team in basketball history, in sports history. There is no real development happening in the G League Ignite. You look at any aspiring prospect, I think the G League Ignite is keeping the NCAA like just in contention. Like they're keeping it as an option. Like the horrible play of G League Ignite is still lighting a fuse and lighting something up that still gives niggas hope and chance that you can still, go to college. They made it seem like the G League Ignite and overseas basketball was going to be the death of NCAA tourneys, all that shit. Niggas was not going to watch college basketball. And to be honest and fair, yes, men's college basketball hasn't been, peak watch since probably Zion in 2018, 2019. That generational talent that we wanted it, to convert into the NBA that hasn't happened yet. Well, yes, it has dipped. But I really want niggas to ask this real question. Who the fuck has been watching G League Ignite games? Who the fuck has been watching overseas basketball? These quote unquote players that are, super good, super talented, super quote unquote generational. It's not like you going and buying extra shit to go watch these niggas play either. You will just depend on House of Highlights, Bleacher Report, ESPN, anything social media to see something happen. Who the fuck was really watching Wemby games? Y'all weren't watching Wemby games. Y'all was watching Wemby highlights of this nigga doing one-legged 3-point jump shots, blocking shit, tween Hessian against other French niggas, and saying we when the nigga just went and go for a layup. So there's nothing going on. When the best talent to come out of the G League Ignite has been Jalen Green. The second best one, we hope, will probably be Scoot Henderson. Is slow and developmental. And then after that, you have Jonathan Kuminga. Then you have it's just a harsh drop off after that. So you go from high school, these star players, playing AAU type basketball, to go into the G League Ignite. The same G League Ignite that doesn't even they don't even compete for the G League playoffs. They don't do playoff contention. So again, more AAU basketball. Just more you just doing there's no real structure. And then you get a Jalen Green. And then you put that nigga on the Houston Rockets. And then you put that nigga in more AAU basketball situations for 2 to 3 years. And then you asking stupid ass questions of like, why does Jalen Green look like this? Nigga been playing AAU basketball and doing whatever the fuck he wanted to do with no structure for 5 to 6 years. And now he's trying to relearn basketball. And now, it's give and pull, it's push and pull. They can't do everything for you. But to sit here and say that, they was really finna be the dead, like this is a real option. The NIL deals kind of made this conversation null and void. I don't see a lot of people opting out to go overseas in G League like that big push was in 2020. I still think that there will be more kids that will end up going to a Duke, end up going to a Kentucky, end up going to a Syracuse or a USC, because ultimately there is still some sort of development happening there. You're just not going to be bullshitting and just doing whatever the fuck you want to do. And still getting paid to a degree legally. So that's my hot take. It wasn't really the hottest of hot takes, but I do think that a lot of people have overrated what the G League Ignite can do, or what niggas look like when they're playing at, G League Ignite talent and NBA G League talent. They're in a G League. They're in the G League for a reason. And every once in a while you get a THT, a Alex Caruso, a fucking Austin Reeves, but for the most part, you gonna get bums. You gonna get niggas that are just not ready to be playing NBA level basketball, and that's my hot take.
Makes sense. I feel you. I feel it.
Yeah.
G League Ignite development's tough. Jalen Green, Scoot Henderson. They cooked Scoot Henderson. At the start of his season, he was.
Nah, yeah, he was.
It's a learning curve. It's like you're not going to be just because you went to the G League Ignite. That doesn't mean you're going to be more NBA ready than a nigga that just came straight from college. Look at Brandon Miller right now. Like he is proving the point that okay, you can still go to college, and it don't matter who coming out of the G League Ignite. Hey, I'm NBA ready. It don't really matter that I went to Alabama. I'm NBA ready. I have the skill sets to be NBA ready. So.
It's just funny hearing you talk about Brandon Miller. That's
if you go back to earlier episodes, like I wasn't really cooking that nigga like that for real. Like if you really,
Gregory,
I was cooking that nigga off the pod. On the pod.
All right. Okay. Well, okay.
On the record.
No.
Look.
Whatever.
Look. Hey man, look.
You was Brandon Miller's biggest naysayer.
Nah, but I was cooking. I was cooking Scoot Henderson too later on. Off the record, I definitely called that nigga Emmanuel Mudiay. But you know, like that's
rough.
That's rough.
Tough.
Tough, nigga. That's hey man, that's fucking
the worst air ball we've ever seen. Maybe in the history of basketball.
Maybe.
Wide fucking open and wide left. My goodness.
Yeah, it was super bad. But yeah, let's go ahead and wrap this up, man. I really do appreciate you taking out the time once again to join the Play for Keeps podcast. We appreciate you on here. Any last words that you have, where you want niggas to follow you, your content, TikTok, any handles that you have, man?
Yeah, man, we keep it simple. It's a JM Sports Factory. Go to Sports Factory Podcast. We got a lot of fun personalities. Got Cowboys fans, Texan fans, Jets fans, Broncos fans, Eagles fans as well. I know y'all hate the Eagles, so you know we got Eagles fans. We got all the fan bases there. We talk all this shit in the world. We have the fun this time. So, hey, yo, JM Sports Factory on TikTok, Sports Factory Podcast. You look up on YouTube. The channel's JM Sports Factory. Come follow us, bro. We're gonna have a fun time. The road to 1,000. We're at like 562, so it's the road to 1,000 subscribers.
Shout out to you, brother. Shout out to you, man. And you know, any last words, Jax?
I mean, hey, Happy New Year. It's gonna be an amazing year. You already know. And like I always say, you know, you want to change your life, go out and do some life changing shit, man.
Real one. And you know, don't allow other niggas to write your story when the guy gave you the pen. And with that, we will see y'all niggas next week. Go, go do some life changing shit. Go have a happy new year, and go get some new bitches. And we
beat
will
the naysayers, bro. Beat the naysayers, bro.
Let the naysayers know, man.
Let a naysayer know. Let a naysayer know. All right, we'll catch y'all niggas next week, or y'all naysayers next week. Hold on.